All righty, recording in progress. So there are things about this wood duck that I like. I mean, there's lots of different colors going on. And I like the reflection. It is true that the background makes it looks a little bit dull. So one of the things I'm going to challenge you guys to do, hi Francesca, is to work on just to change up the background so it can make your painting a little bit more exciting. And I'm not going to dictate that for you. I want you to kind of, try out some different things and decide what you like. You might find some people might want yellow, others might want blue, others might want a sort of an emerald green. There's all kinds of options here. So I think that will be part of the fun of this. And at the beginning, but mostly I picked it because I really want to work on reflections, which I think is something people struggle with a little bit here.
Yeah, I was going to ask, why does that reflection show like three beaks? Is that something about foreshortening? What is that?
Well, it's fuzzy. It's just fuzzy. It's like how reflections work. They're not the same as the regular image, right?
Well, that certainly isn't.
Well, it's how a lot of reflections look if you look at them closely.
Hmm.
So it's just kind of it's a good close-up look at a reflection. So you can kind of see of course, reflections like water, like anything else, can look entirely different depending on what you're, right? So that's not always how reflections will look, but that is probably he was moving his head when the photo was taken.
So it's probably the photo as opposed to reality. Okay.
Most likely. But there's some interesting work on these things. So anyway, I just thought, this will be a good one to practice how reflections work, to taking the colors that are up here and kind of blending them in down here. One of the things I want to show you is that everything in the reflection is slightly darker than its counterpart above ground. Slightly darker. So the light, besides the fact that we've got all these weird woo things here that we're going to be practicing with, everything in the reflection is a little bit darker.
It looks grayer to me. Why is that? Well, it doesn't look darker to me.
Well, here,
is that my eyes?
You're not looking in the right. Let me show you.
I'm looking at the head.
Here, the white is slightly darker.
Oh,
and
yeah, okay.
Here, this is more fuzzy, so these are all more together. So that part looks grayer, but it's because this is more fuzzy and pushed together.
Oh, okay.
But in general, one of the things you'll see is the reflections are that way. So this is why I feel like you guys need this. It's a good training. Oops. I think it's good training on thinking about reflections as not the same as what we're working on, right? And as usual, I'm gonna sketch out the envelope of the duck itself, and then I'm gonna sketch out the envelope of the reflection beneath. Those are the very first lines we're going to draw. And let's also find, so on your paper, 1, 2, yep, I'm finding quarter points, right? And halfway points. Let's see, I'm kind of guessing on the quarter points because I don't particularly have a good ruler at the moment that I can read. So I'm checking distances, 1, 2, 1. Maybe this has to go over just a little bit. 1. Rebecca, if your printout is any different proportionally, you're gonna need to do this work yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I won't
Just-
be able to help you with that, but I know you can do it, so. But it's just a reminder,
Just printing it out now.
yeah. If you're going to do it, don't follow my proportions and then be surprised that, right, like your guy doesn't really work. Okay, so here are the quarter points. Here's the grid, here are the halfway points. So on here, I'm gonna sketch this out. This is gonna be done in oil, although you can totally do this in acrylic if you want to. But you know, Pat uses oil. I think that's good. For some people, oil is better because you can take more time to mix and things don't, you know, they don't fall apart so quickly. Can everybody hear me, by the way?
Yes,
Mhm.
Okay,
loud and clear.
great. Just checking. Okay,
And that's not always the case.
that's not always the case. Okay. Great,
Today it is.
great. So I am marking off on I have this here, I've marked this off for here, so you guys don't have to do that, but I have, let's see. 11 is 22, 11 and a half. I'm marking the halfway point of each edge. Each of the short edges, so I can line these up and know that they're bisecting the paper in half. I'm using centimeters today because it seems to work a little better. Sometimes, let's see, I can't read you.
Centimeters are always better.
Not always. When you have to split 10.75 centimeters, it's not that fun. Or double it, right? Like doubling it is one thing, but having to split like weird
But
numbers,
split, it's always divisible with 10.
well, sort of.
Always.
Everything's dividable by 10. By that
No,
argument.
but that's the whole meter scale.
Yes, I understand your point. Sometimes it's easier to sometimes it's easier to do inches, sometimes it's easier. Sometimes the marks in your head, it's easier to do it without a calculator, is my only point. Here, hold on. But your point is taken. But in general, yes, nobody's arguing that inches are better, but sometimes it's easier to divide by inches, depending on how big your paper is, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's easier to use centimeters. I'm kind of how can I most quickly get their way? So as everybody can see here, maybe here, down a little bit more. Here are my quarter points. Here's my grid in half. These first lines are the pink lines that we're going to draw. We're going to use the quarter points to sort of help us figure out where to start and end our grid points. So let me, while I still can, here, I'm going to turn this off for a second. Take a picture of the photo so you guys can see it more clearly. There we go. I'm sending this across the WhatsApp thread. So we're dealing with like reflections and also a little, we're dealing with feathers, like how to kind of create and patterns and textures. So once you've done this, I like to mark where my initial drawings. Found that I drew, I know it's right in here. There we go. I like to mark where my initial drawing hits in relation to the quarter points. Helps me kind of figure things out. Now, those are the only ones we really need to know. So as I come up, you'll see I'm going to come up to just above the quarter point straight, because that's where the beak lands. And then I'm going to stop here, go over, and then down. Lined up at this bottom point. And also out to about here. I did that by checking where is this point in relation both to this. Oh yes, there is one more. There is this. So I'd like to see these because I want to see how well you're evaluating kind of where things are on the page. I like to see this just goes straight down. This literally goes down at an angle to where it lines up with the halfway. That's our beginning. So go ahead and get this far and then send it to me. Oh, I've already seen I made a mistake. I put this to I need to put this line farther here. There we go. There we go. Notice the difference between where I thought I was supposed to be and where I actually needed to be. Yep. First, probably not the last mistake of the day. Learn by watching me, children. Don't do it. Don't make that mistake. There we go. That changes that angle completely. I'm a little tired today. I painted a mural yesterday.
Oh, how did it go?
It went well. It went really well. It's beautiful.
Is that the one you did at Salty Teacup?
Yep.
What happened there? There's a robbery or?
I mean, it's what happening at every restaurant, every business in St. John's.
Oh my God.
Somebody broke the window. Every single business in St. John's has had their window broken. It took Karen like 10 years before anybody did it to her. I think that's pretty good odds. But right now,
That's the worst thing with having a business is that you can't protect yourself.
not really. I mean, you can put,
Cameras and shit, yeah.
yeah, but it still doesn't really, I'm sure you had to deal with that at the theater.
Yeah, mostly vandalism, yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
it's vandalism as opposed to robbery. Like the stuff that's at Salty Teacup just isn't really general enough interest. Not like the outdoor store that's right next to Salty Teacup, which had its window broken 6 times, right? In the last 6 months, because it's outdoor stuff, which is considered sort of generally more valuable. So yeah, it's mostly crazy people doing the breaking, crazy homeless people doing the breaking.
Yeah, and they might need outdoor stuff.
Or the outdoor store, or for Karen's store, for the Salty Teacup, it's probably just pure vandalism. The stuff that's in that window doesn't really have general resale value.
No.
That's universal to everyone. So it's more like sort of methy, fentanyl induced crazy behavior.
Oh, lovely.
Rather than, I mean, we've watched the shop right next door to Karen, which is empty. I mean, in broad daylight, people watched a crazy guy go walking down the street yelling and cursing and then just putting his fist through the window. She managed to stop somebody from putting, somebody broke a planter in front of her store and was getting ready to take a piece of the planter and put it through the window. And she managed to stop them from doing that.
Ah,
So there is that kind of behavior, which is more vandalism than it is stealing. I don't think anything got stolen. I think it's literally just,
We
Yeah.
had somebody down here who was just going along a row of parked cars and just smashing out the windows on every single one.
wait, did
Ow.
you tell me that story before? I feel like I've heard that. In Tigard, in King City?
In King City, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that definitely happened in St. John's too. Somebody just kept going.
Yeah,
down.
absolutely no reason for it. They gained nothing by it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just craziness. It's like, right? So I kind of feel like the stuff that would have the vandalism at Salty Teacup, it doesn't happen as much because some of the vandalism is really theft related in the stores that have stuff that's more valuable. Like no one's ever smashed the wine shop windows. All of these are within a 1-block radius. Because wine just doesn't have the resale value that outdoor stuff does.
But it tastes good.
Well,
Mhm.
but it's not, a fancy wine
I
shop.
know,
you're just- like, it's
that's
just not
kidding.
it's just not the thing. It does, of course it does, but
But not for resale, but and then to drink themselves.
yeah, but like, smashing something just to drink, you might as well, smash I mean, what does a person like that know? They're gonna go
Alcoholic.
for, boxed, beer, and I don't know. It's just a different, I mean, my point is, he's never had his window smashed when
Huh.
everybody around him has. And Salty for a long time didn't. And so the reasons that the windows would be smashed at Salty are different.
Yeah.
Because there's not really anything in there that people want in the same way that they want. It's not, it's worth stealing for them. So usually it's kind of craziness.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'd like to see these, by the way, so when you get them, before you start sketching in the bird, I'd like to actually see the drawings to make sure everything's kind of proportionally in the right places. As you can see, for me, I didn't actually get this in the right place the first time. So better to do that than show this to me now. Okay, here, hold on.
Hey, Leah,
Yeah,
the pink line that intersects the middle of it, going across horizontally, is that the
Yeah.
water line?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Francesca, I can't see your whole paper. Is that from start to finish, all the way?
Yeah.
Okay, so the very top is the very top of the canvas. The very right side is the very, there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Let me send a new picture.
And just so I can see it, I can't really see that. Can you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, it's not that I don't trust you.
No. I understand, but yeah, I was trying to take a
Right.
not like a straight picture. Mm,
I gotcha.
okay, let me see.
Yes. Yes.
Can you see the lines on mine?
Let me see. Let me see. I shall tell you in a second. Yes. So let's see here. Yeah. So this is not in the right place at all.
The center line? Oh, the right line?
Right in here, over on those, you can see here, here's the halfway point. This has to, and you'll notice I made the same mistake, Pat. Wait,
So is it a little more than half of the rest of it, of that
you've got
section?
to scoot closer to the right edge.
Okay,
If you look at where it passes through, which is just on this duck's back kind of curves in a little bit, but the outer edge here, really, you got to scoot that further to the right. And then you're going to have to, and this is sorry, that's confusing. You shouldn't be drawing that. We should just be drawing a straight line out and then a straight line down.
but I'm
So
far
then
enough over to
you-
the right.
Yeah, look at where I'm pointing.
Okay,
Here and here. Sorry, there was an extra line here you shouldn't draw, and I can see you got confused by it.
yeah,
So erase that second. These are two straight lines. They're just simply straight line from here to here, and then a straight line from here to here.
okay.
There's none of this wobbly, woo, sorry. And then this one looks, oh yeah, and this, honey, is up further. You also need to bring this up farther. This is not,
Francesca. Me?
no, you, I'm talking about you, Pat.
Okay,
This you have as halfway between here and here.
yeah,
That is not what's happening. See, that's why I need to see this stuff. That's why I need to see this stuff. I want you guys paying a little bit better attention to where things actually are. We're trying to improve your judging, right? And the quarter points help, but don't try to anchor too much to them. All right, let me look at Francesca's. Other than that, I think you're in good shape. Francesca, you did the same. See, I knew it. You did the same thing I did and the same thing Pat did. This is less than, here's your quarter point. This is halfway, less than halfway there.
Okay.
Yes,
Got
has to
it.
go well over.
Okay.
If it makes you feel better, I mean, you guys don't have to.
No problem. No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. It's funny, like it looks like that. And then I'm going to tell you the same thing. Oh, you made the exact same mistakes that Pat did. So here is,
I'm
at least we're in good
In-
company.
in
good company,
reality,
right?
yeah, I'm drawing and together with Pat.
yeah, look at.
I would much rather get it right now, Leah, than,
There we go. Good job, you guys. So here's the halfway point here, so it comes up above.
Okay.
Everything
Okay.
else looks good. Everything
Okay.
else. Looks good. Good job. I see you added little other lines to try and help you. I see you did it. All right, Rebecca. Rebecca, I can't tell where the end of your is the end. Can you give me a slightly
That is the end. I edited it. So the edges of the
okay?
picture are the edge of the paper.
All right.
That
Then
makes
you
sense.
also
And
well,
my shape is a little bit different because I cut some of the excess off.
Okay, so I need
To
to
make
be
it
able to
even.
see that. So to be able to judge good, I need to be able to see your source.
Okay,
You need to send me a picture of your source. Do you see how you can't use what I'm using? And I just want you not to be confused by that.
no, I
Don't be
got it.
confused by that. So if you're gonna make your own source, you're gonna need to include, I'd like you to put your source next to your paper so I can, it's all in one picture. That would be the most helpful for me. Thank you, guys. Can everybody see where they're kind of missing it a little bit? Are you seeing where it's easy to make mistakes? We're attaching a little bit too much to these points. The points are there to help us, but we have to be careful that we don't try to do too much as like, we still need to pay attention to where things are in relation to the points, if you see what I mean. And just notice how easy it is to mess that up, right? It's an interesting thing to see. And to be fair, I did the same thing. So it's easy. I'm not even saying something that, you know, you should necessarily be able to do, but it's important because it will make big differences in your drawing to be able to assess these distances ultimately. It's like the leveling up in drawing. Oh, my voice. It's a good thing I'm here to demonstrate this for you before you get going. To do it myself, to make the mistakes myself. I think that's very nice of me. All right, let's see, Pat. Here we go.
Shit. Shit, shit, shit. Shit, shit, shit. No.
So Pat, it needs to come over a little further.
On the right?
Yeah, look at this. Look at where it crosses. I'm wondering if I need to come over a little further. I think I need to come over a little further on the right too. So there you go. I need to come over a little further too. It really is. There we go, like that far. There we go. If it makes you feel better. You made the mistake before I did. Good job. I still made that mistake. I still totally made that mistake. You'll notice that when you adjust this line out, you need to adjust this. Because it doesn't come lower, it comes out further, which means that angle changes. Rebecca, you want to send me your image with the thing? Are you still struggling with that? Rebecca, did we lose her?
I had it on mute.
Oh, you want to send that over?
Yeah, I thought I sent it. Let me see. I guess I didn't.
Let's see it.
Oops. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can clean off my. Cleaning off my piano thing. Yeah. That does help. All right, and then let's try a different color for the grapes. We've got these nice negative space shapes. Oh, he actually has. That's kind of above the water. And that's below the water. No. And while you guys are correcting, I'm going to actually send a picture of this over as well, because I think it'll be helpful to see. So I'm going to turn off the computer for this screen for 1 second. Camera. So I can send this to you. Okay. Oops. How did you turn up upside down? That's ridiculous. Okay, here we are. And then.
That can't be right.
I'm sending you guys over the next step. But make sure you've got your proportions right before you do that.
All right, I just sent one.
Okay. Good, Francesca. Excellent. So the only thing is that this is, if you'll see here, this point is higher.
Then the halfway point.
Yep. And you kind of, what happened was you followed this over.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay,
Yep,
understood.
I only know because I could see it. So you need to, that's why I was saying you need
Yeah.
to also, yep. Otherwise you're
Should
good.
be higher. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Funny, huh? Probably I did that too. I did bring my.
No, you didn't.
No, I did not. Okay, I might be tired, but I'm not that tired.
So how is your new space?
It's great. I still have to, I have to share it with a couple of people, so we're gonna need to have some conversations about that. But it was great. It's really great. It's nice to have space to show the work. It's, there's all these.
Where's your
pop-up-
new space?
That's Salty Teacup in the
Oh,
back.
right, okay.
Yeah. So it's good.
What'd
It's
they do
good.
with all their stuff?
What?
That used to be their storage room, didn't it?
Yeah, they kind of move things back. She uses it for pop-ups now. And I mean, there was a renter back there for a while. There was another business back there for a while. Now she uses it for pop-ups, pop-up markets. So there was one that was kind of ending as I was starting, and almost everybody left their stuff there. So I was a little bit like, come on. But it is really great. For me, it was quite great. And then you'll see here. I mean, the truth is there's just no place that's perfect.
No,
No.
we have not even ourselves,
Right? Exactly.
fortunately.
I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's gonna work for me. And you guys can see here. Now that is a halfway point thing. See here that I'm almost like kind of building little shapes, little like negative space shapes, right? So I'm focusing more on this shape, and this shape. On this side,
It's wrong too.
right? It's almost like I'm like making these kind of angles. That help me kind of build. My above the board duck shapes. And then down here. I'm doing the same. That's kind of the shape above and below. Right, the edges of these are very different, but would you guys like to see a closer up of my sketch?
Yes, please.
Give me just a second. I'm going to turn this off. Do that. I will take a picture. Yeah, I can feel my cameras on this phone is starting to go. Not the best. There we go. Hey, Rebecca, I'm happy to look at yours. I just need to see your source, by the way.
I've sent it.
I haven't seen it. It hasn't come through.
You sure? That's weird. I've sent it twice now.
Have you sent
Now
it
I'm
to the
beginning to
right
wonder-
thread? Have you sent it to the right thread?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on there.
You totally did, Rebecca. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
You're bad. It slipped in there between a couple others. Good. Good. All looks good. Looks excellent.
Thank you.
Perfect. And now that I have that, I can look at that. It's interesting how the reflection is kind of condensed. If you can see it, it's smaller. Yep, it's smaller than the actual figure. It's a little bit like things are a little bit more squished together. The mark making is going to be very different. Hold on, I'll get back up here. Gesundheit. On one way or the other, I'm always trying to show you visually how to kind of assess where things are. I find grids helpful for that. But one way or the other, and other people can be different about that and do this in a different way. These are all like skills you guys really need to develop, right? As you're starting to figure out kind of where things are on the paper as opposed to where you think they should be. That's the big thing about drawing. You think it's one place, it's actually, you think something takes up a lot of space, it actually doesn't. You think things take up little space, they actually take more. You have to kind of be thinking about this space at the same time that you're thinking about the subject itself. It requires a lot of concentration. It's a lot of moving parts. Some weeks we're able to do it better than others. Some days we're able to do it better than others. So all of those things come to play, which I think is interesting. I guess it's like, I never learned another language really fully. I'm imagining it's like that with learning a language. You get to the point where you can, in your second or your third language, where you can speak it if you practice it a lot, but you have to focus, you have to kind of concentrate. Am I right? I don't know. Dual language speakers, you tell me.
Yeah, you
And
know,
normally when you're tired, you can't speak.
Right?
The
It's
words,
like, so
the word that don't come out.
because you've grown a new neural pathway to handle the language, the new language. So when you're tired, it doesn't, yeah, I can see that.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It's the word is stuck in your brain and doesn't come out.
Fascinating.
I don't think that matters which language you talk.
I was just gonna say that, yeah, the older I get, the harder I have to work at English sometimes.
Oh, no. Definitely when I'm in right brain, I struggle with speaking
We know.
if I'm tired.
We know.
But you do too, trust me. If
Yeah,
you
I
had
know.
to, you would. So I think that's like a
Oh, yeah.
language in a sense. And also, it's why most art teachers aren't very, there's a lot of art teachers that aren't very good at teaching because they can't get past that. They've never tried to put words on what they're,
It is hard with some things to put words on them
it's very hard.
together.
Yeah. Yeah, or techniques or
Oh,
anything.
wait, I'm looking at the
Yeah.
wrong section.
So it's like a funny, like, so anyway, my point being, it's like, I get it when sometimes you'll find that sometimes it'll be easier when you're feeling fresh and rested. Other times it's going to be harder. Sometimes you'll go into a session tired and the focus will allow you to kind of wake up a little. Other times you just don't have it as hard as you try. So it's more of a struggle. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It just is like to kind of give yourself a break, but also understand how hard all of these, how much concentration all of these things take.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I might have put the, I'm looking now, I might have put the, I did here, I put a little bit of space under the beak here. So you can. There we go. And then once you get these shapes, let's see, what color shall we use for them? Yeah. Maybe yellow. Here somewhere. the last, of course, of the intersections, these are gonna be kind of transitions between light and dark. Remember, once again, the eye is one of the last things you're gonna put in there. That is sure to be, it's easy to get wrong. Also, notice this duck neck. Comes down into the body, doesn't stop here. Oops. And then there's like kind of these. Interesting. I think it's kind of cute. I think you get a little bit more fond of him, Pat, as you start to get his
Either that or really.
good little face and this very alert eye. And he's got this funny kind of square head. I put the eye in the wrong place. Oh.
Ooh. It's annoying when what you have in your head doesn't transfer to the paper.
It is. What are you trying to transfer to the paper?
Well, I'm trying to vary the colors of the front flowers so I have some more color in them.
Yeah,
And it kind of looks shitty, so I can hold it up and you see what I'm saying. Can you see?
hold on, let me pop it up.
So I'm trying to get some other colors in there in the front.
Yeah, into the front section, which is
Yeah.
why the orange tree might be a better composition. I think that's coming together.
Yeah.
Not looking shitty. It's coming. Step back from it a little bit. You'll see. It looks not as bad. You're not, don't lean back, step back. Like get up and go across the room. You'll see. You're getting there more than you think.
Okay.
I promise.
But it is a good idea to mix in some other colors, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're doing what you always do, which is mixing in your midtones.
Mm-hmm.
Mixing in the midtones, changing it up.
It is a weird composition, but
It is weird, but it's kind of working in a weird way.
yeah. We need different kind of challenges, right?
Exactly. Well, you know what I said when I saw that thing? I was like, that doesn't look easy.
Yeah. No, that's true. It isn't easy, but that's kind of the fun to try to,
Right?
yeah.
I actually think once you guys get the sketch in, you're gonna have fun with the mark making on this. There's some fun ways. There we go. Oh, he's cute. His little nose hole. His funny little shaped head.
And I was optimistic when I started today. I thought, oh, maybe I'll finish this today. There is no way I'm finishing this today.
It's a challenge, and you must be tired too.
Yeah. But
I
it's
like that. I can feel that you guys are getting into the concentration. This is good. Here, I'm gonna do one more.
hear it because we're so quiet.
I know it's good. Here, I'm gonna send over, I just realized I hadn't sent over the final marks. So let me do that for the drawing. So let me do that. I'm gonna turn this off for right now. And then when you think you're here, oops. When you think you're there, when you think you're at this point where I've got my drawing, so it's pink, red, and then yellow. When you think you've got the drawing there, send it over. I'll send over mine too, kind of where it is right now, so you can see.
I feel like I'll never have this drawing.
You will.
Just need to concentrate.
You will.
You just need to
will.
concentrate.
I did the
Not
line.
doing dots, we're not doing any, serious mark making. We're just literally blocking out areas. So yeah. Here, hold on. Back to.
A little like ET.
What's up?
It's a little like ET.
I mean, animals are weird looking. It's true. What is going on here? Okay. There we go.
I have so many lines up there. I hope you can see which ones I mean, and which ones I don't. Do some more erasing.
Just take your time to do it, right? This is part of what we're learning. You can't really paint representationally unless you can draw representationally. Oh, Pat, did you see that? Speaking of, did you see that thing I emailed you for the Portland Artist Guild?
Yeah, I'm going back and forth on that.
Did it? I wasn't sure, but I looked at it and my immediate thought was, oh, Pat might enjoy this.
At that time of the day on a Monday morning, it'd probably take me over an hour to get there.
You have to, oh, it's an in-person, it's not a Zoom.
Right, it's on Halsey.
Oh, that's too, oh, maybe not then.
I think
You
it's
know,
in
you should
person.
get on their You should get on their mailing list, because they're always, I teach for them sometimes, but they're always having.
It looked
like,
really interesting. It really did.
didn't it look like, I was like, when I saw it, I thought, this will be used. I didn't think you exactly wanted to do what he did, but I thought, oh.
But every time you see a new artist do something like that, you learn something.
Right? Like he had something where I thought about it. No, but you should get on their mailing list, the Portland Artists Guild. They have a lot of great classes. They're very reasonably priced.
Yeah,
They're
very much so.
they're
I know I would have to
always
get a
switching it up.
membership and it'd be 50% off.
Yep, they're always switching it up. They're fantastic, and they do a lot of Zoom stuff. I will only teach via Zoom for them. Everybody napping. Everybody's napping.
Is it kitty nap time?
Yeah, it's really cute. All the cats are napping in the various places in the studio. They've been running around wrestling all morning, so now they're like tired. They do this thing, which I just think is hilarious. It's this totally silent cat wrestling where they're like this. Like, one will hold the paw up like this. Bam.
Yeah. Sunny
That's funny.
and Julia does that play very often.
Really funny, and they make no noise, right? It's completely silent, so you know they're just playing. It's when they
Well,
start-
when Julia gets enough, you hear a
yeah, yep, a little. Sometimes the cats will go.
took a little. Maybe I should send it to you. I took a little video the other day. Just don't have sound on when you listen to it, but you see.
Can you send it? Can you send it?
Yeah, I can.
A video? Okay. I have a video too. I could totally send a video of the cats goofing around this morning.
Let's see where we are.
Hi, buddy.
We are Sunday art class. And I'm gonna see. No. God. There's photo and video. Let's see which one it is. I think it's, yeah, that's the video. Here comes. Okay, you got it.
Let's see.
You have to wait. You have to wait for the end.
Oh yeah, wait. I'm gonna turn that, sorry, I lost to do that, I lose my, here, hold on. I'm gonna go to the other. There we go. All right, I'll look at it on the desktop. And if we're doing that, you know, I have the cats doing something virtually the same.
It's hilarious how they.
It is. Oh no, yeah, totally.
You see how the cat walk around and he's totally in charge.
It's so cute. Oh,
Isn't that adorable?
it's really adorable.
And then at the end, when the cat gets enough, it's just like.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, they're totally playing. Just like,
Yeah, they totally playing. It's
here, I'll
not-
turn this off for a second and I'll send over my video of this morning because I videoed something very similar. It's cute. You can tell they're having a good time.
yeah, they like one another, but they also kind of jealous of one another, you know.
Yeah.
But they never do anything bad to one another.
Here's mine. I'm sending mine over.
Okay, one of mine looks like a corn on the cob. Did you send it?
I did. It might be taking a minute.
Oh, yeah, probably. Oh,
There
there
it
it is.
And
Which one is which?
it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Is it the stray on the floor?
The stray is on the floor. Bazoo is on the floor.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Pat's actually sending us something.
Yeah, I'm not getting that head. And the,
Because you're drawing the wrong shapes.
what?
You're really drawing the wrong shapes. The head, I want you to really look at, so the biggest issue you're having is that your envelope is not quite right, right? This is the envelope. So I think you need to go back and sketch your envelope.
Sketch my envelope?
Your envelope, the envelope around the head. Look at it here. So erase, I'm gonna have you erase the head, Pat. Everything else looks pretty good, by the way, but erase the head. You're
What
getting.
about the back of the neck?
What?
What about the back of the neck? Does it come up to the right place?
I think you need to redraw this. So that's what I'm trying to get you to do first.
Well, the neck is part of the head.
I know, so I think you need to redraw this before I can tell you whether it's in the right place.
Okay.
So I want you to erase erase the head marks. Actually, what I want you to do is erase the head. And I want you to go back to, here, I'm gonna show you which shape. I'm gonna re-forward it on the WhatsApp thread. Hold on, let's see. On the WhatsApp thread, I'm gonna re-forward you where you need to go back to. Where's mine? I'm gonna forward this to you so you can see it. All right. I want you to go back to the place where you just have these shapes and this shape.
I'm only seeing your name on the screen.
Oh, did I? Oh, right. Sorry. Let me get back up there. I sent it. So I sent you on the WhatsApp thread where you need to go back to, which is basically this and this.
Okay.
Okay. You're adding extra lines that aren't there. And you're confused by your envelope, which you've changed so many times, you don't know where to start and stop it. So what you need
Yeah,
to
I
do.
mean, I can't seem to get rid of all the lines with the eraser and it's.
Well, then redraw them, right, more firmly, the right ones. That's my point. You're like, you're confused by all your different lines, so
I
you need
know,
to.
I can't get rid of them.
Well, you can draw the other ones more firmly with a more firm
Okay,
hand. You're not going up as high. You're coming just above the halfway point. You know, this is the very end of your drawing. It doesn't go all the way up to here.
it's a little bit over the quarter mark in that. right?
Just a little bit over the quarter mark, exactly. Good observation. Yep. So this, you start with this line, which is a straight line, and then a straight line over, and then a straight line down. That's what you start with. Bang, bang, straight over, straight down.
Okay,
Okay, and you need to do that hard, like, I mean, take an eraser and scrub in like really hard. You need to erase all these, and then you can sketch in the shape of the head. So you just got confused by where your lines start and stop. I would be a little confused too. You kind of went above, you know what I mean? You went up here at some point. I don't know. why.
right. Yeah,
Right.
it's-
So I don't really know
I have
why.
about 6 lines up there.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens. So that's the stuff. So really this, and this is what you have to focus on getting in before you can draw anything else. Then it's just simply this red line to go to the top of the head. The top of the head will be bounded by these two things. This is the only shape you'll need to do.
Halfway.
Hoisted by our own petards, we are. How's everybody else doing on this one? Let's see.
I just sent you mine.
Let's see. How do you feel it went?
I think it went pretty good.
Okay. Let's.
Ah,
Nice. Good, Rebecca. Yep.
Okay.
This, believe it or not, this comes all the way down to here.
All right.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit better here. His neck is very skinny
Yeah.
up there. So I think you don't come out far enough here. Can you see how he looks a little bit too skinny? Like,
Right.
I think you're missing some space in here.
Okay.
Shape
me
your
measure
white
it.
here. Reshape your white shape here. Your white shape here is too small.
Okay.
It comes, you see that? You see how it's kind of cutting it? This dark shape and this white shape need to
Right.
fit in together. It's because the shape is so weird. Let me, I'll send over, well, you guys have this, so here. You should feel free to look at the picture itself. It's a little hard to see it in the black and white in some places, so I can, or you can pull down the duck so that you really see. So notice, Rebecca, how easy it is to kind of fudge it when you don't, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing what seems rational to you, but isn't necessarily what's happening.
Right. Okay.
It's
The usual then.
yeah, the usual, right?
You and me both, Rebecca.
Don't make me laugh so hard. No, I'm just kidding. Exactly the usual. Francesca, that looks pretty good. Good job. Good job. Yep. So Francesca's got a little bit more of that shape. You'll see it. It's almost like a weird yin yang thing.
I had to redraw the eye because it was too skewed on the left, and then I saw that it is on the right side, so I
Good
had
job.
to redraw
job.
it.
I'm proud of you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. That's it. That's all this is, right? It's all just, and he's a little bit more square. You've got him a little bit more rounded.
Okay.
You see how this line kind of goes straight up and then over?
Okay.
You've got him a little bit more like that, like. You've got.
Yeah,
him
probably
like that.
Rebecca has
Yes.
has
as a
got
model.
it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a funny shape. It's a funny shape.
It's like a unicorn,
It is a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
it's kind of a funny square head. I mean, there's nothing wrong with how this looks, right? In a way, because it does look like a duck, but it doesn't look like this duck.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's because it's kind of, the wood ducks have a kind of thicker, squarer head. Boy, Pat, I'm looking at your lion from last week. That turned out so good.
Yeah, I'm still kind of working on the eyes, but I'm almost finished. I
It's
redid the eyes
really-
almost completely. They
It
were wrong.
really turned out well.
Yeah, the hair's good. All right, let's give this a shot.
Did that help a little bit?
It
to
did.
Clarify things? Yes, it's just easy to confuse ourselves, right? I mean, in a way, there's a slight, let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Good job. So as we finish up, all right, so what are we gonna do for a base for this duck? What do you think?
Yellow?
Interesting idea. What do you guys think? What else? What's your gut hit, Rebecca, Francesca?
Red.
Like bright red?
Well, I would have did burnt sienna, but I'll do bright red.
We've
kind of
got
is burnt
burnt
sienna.
sienna on the top layers.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
wanted something a little bit juicier. I almost wonder if we should do this one in burnt umber if they're gonna do it. Just to have a darker,
Okra.
so we have two ways of going here, and I'm kind of mixed on which one I'd like to try. I like them both. One is to do like a yellowish, which Pat and Francesca are pushing for. The other is to do a kind of brownish.
What about ochre? Yellow ochre?
I like yellow ochre. I think we should try yellow ochre.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Do you want to try it just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a neat. Rebecca, how do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that.
Let's try it. I mean, it's not a normal underpainting color, but I like it. It's got a kind of a little bit of the yellows that might be underneath something like this. It doesn't have the top layers. I'm in. Let's do it. All right, so for those of you,
Shall we get rid of the envelope or
yes,
not?
let's get rid of the envelope. Good Lord, you guys are getting so good at this. I'm not sure you're gonna need me much longer.
No, I think we will need you more and more
Yeah, really.
because the more you learn, the more you want to like improve.
I'm in. All right, I'm in it for the long haul if y'all are. Yeah, and you can even get rid of your grid lines as well.
I'm not giving up anytime soon.
Me neither. Good job. I can't quite. All right, so if you are working, oh yes, he looks even better when we do that. So if you're working in oil, you're gonna have your oil paints. We're gonna keep this up because this will be easier to see. Let me see, where's my canvas paint yet? Palette paper.
I am
With
not.
palette paper. And then as per usual, us oily people will be using Gamsol as our medium to make things lighter. Those of you using acrylic will use water.
What was that last thing you said?
Those of you
Using
using acrylic will be using water.
water, oh, okay, sorry,
Yeah.
understand.
Hey, Leah,
Yeah.
what about India yellow?
If you've got it, I don't have it, but if you've got it, go ahead. I think that's
Okay.
great.
I think I might like that better. It's more reddish.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's see. I'm in.
Right.
I'm grabbing a couple of different brushes. I think I'll probably end up using this one, this kind of thick one, maybe not. We'll see. And I'm just gonna put some. Remember, this is gonna be a monotone painting, underpainting. Wow, I really just don't use oil paint much anymore. And then I'm dipping my brush in the water or the Gamsol. And then I'm, of course, starting in the darkest areas. And where there are light spots, I'm gonna just go over with dark. Yeah, this brush seems to be working out pretty well.
You just said where there are light spots, I'm gonna go over with dark. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
It means I'm not gonna be painting the light spots right now.
Oh, you're gonna go over as in, okay.
I'm
Not
gonna
paint over.
start with dark. And if you want to, you can try to get a little bit of the waviness. Don't get too caught up in details. This is darker areas. That's dark. I feel like everything down here is a bit darker. Notice I'm skipping around. Oh, this is going to be interesting. There's nothing really namby-pamby about this color, is there?
Aye.
So in my view, these are the darkest areas. Besides, I'll get to the background in a second, but these are the darkest areas of the painting. And then, of course, there's the back. Well, we'll deal with that next. And then when I finish with those, I'm going to lighten my Gamsol. Can you see that? With Gamsol or water. For the lighter areas, they can be a little bit darker. But there should be a slight difference between the lighter and the darker shapes. Let's see, let me get you in here a little bit darker. There we go, there we go. And then I'm just gonna get a little bit, I'm gonna kind of tone the rest of the painting slightly darker on the top. This is why I'm using a big brush partly. Just so that the whole painting is covered. That's really interesting looking underpainting. The ochre, how are you liking the Indian yellow, Pat?
I'm just starting to, I finally got it erased. I'm just starting.
Good. Beautiful.
Looks a lot like yours, actually.
I think I knew that was, I think I've heard that. I bet you it's slightly warmer than mine.
Should I put a lot of water or
I mean,
fish?
no, not for you. You're working with acrylic, so
Yeah.
you can go a little heavier with your paint.
Okay.
I mean, it's still going to look a little watery, but you can go heavier. We're going lighter because that is the nature of working with oil paint. You kind of have to thin it out, right? So that it'll dry fast. Otherwise, it'll take days to dry. But with acrylic, you can go heavier in the beginning. Come on up. Come on. Come on, come up. Come on up. No, you don't want to come up? All right. And take your time with this section too. I know I go fast. I'm a fast painter. Partly I do it so you guys can see quickly where to go but take your time doing it. Be right back, you guys.
Hmm. Oh,
Coming along?
no. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Some
Interesting.
parts are getting better and
I
some.
just sent you mine.
I see it. So Rebecca, be aware, you want to make your eye dark too.
Yeah, I know, I forgot.
Be aware that, is that, I can see that's yellow ochre. It's looking dingier and not as bright as ours. And I'm thinking it might be mixing with the pencil.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Yeah, so you may want to also consider, it's not that we can't cover it up, but if you want a little bit more brightness. Pat, you needed to get, oh, you forgot to get your other shapes in here,
What are the shapes?
the yellow lines.
You mean in the colors?
Yeah, you just
Okay.
didn't get the inside shapes of the face. See, these.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out how to fix that.
I would wait till this dries and then go back in and draw them in,
Okay, okay.
because you're gonna need them. So it looks I'm just saying it's a little dingy looking, and I think it's because of the, I mean, this is yellow ochre too, but it's a little brighter. It's not bad. It's just a little bit not so bright. What color, I mean, what, let me, actually, I'm gonna look at something. I want to see what my yellow ochre looks like. I'm just gonna look at what my golden, are you sure you're not using raw sienna? Rebecca?
Yeah, let's see. No, yellow ochre. I don't know if you can see, read it, but that's what I'm using.
Well, golden,
Just says yellow ochre.
what's the brand?
Oh, sorry, Windsor and Newton.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what the golden yellow ochre looks like. I think it's nicer as well. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. We'll be able to work with this. But do you see the difference between what I got or what Pat got and what you got?
I didn't
Yeah, it
use
looks
yellow ochre.
brighter.
And yours does not look brighter, I'm imagining, in the studio. So
No,
I'm showing you what golden yellow ochre looks like, and maybe you may want to invest in some,
yeah, okay.
because it's, so I'm looking at the, hold on, I'm just looking for a thing that will
I'm kind of going over it again just to make it a little
brighter.
less dingy looking.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like a little bit, so I
I'm
don't
putting it a little thicker and less watery.
it really is partly mixing with the lead.
Yeah, it is.
Your lead is a little too heavy.
And
I
I'm
don't know.
using a Stabilo pencil, so it dissolves in water really easily. So,
Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why.
yeah.
It's probably mixing with your, because look, if you can see here, this is my, here, hold on. Let me hold this up so I can show you. This is my yellow ochre for acrylic. It is
Yeah.
much brighter.
Yeah,
So
it is.
I'm just like, if you're like wanting to like kind of get a more, I was just surprised by the kind of dullness of it. Shouldn't be that dull.
Could it be just a photo?
No, I think it is
No?
dull. You said that, right, Rebecca, that it's dull?
Yeah, it is. It's looks duller.
I think it's mixed. I think if you're using a lead pencil that erases, all the lead is mixing into your
Yeah.
paint and making it dull. So this is why ultimately it's better to draw in paint, but I feel like until you can draw in pencil, I'm not gonna have you draw with a paintbrush. You know what I mean? I don't want to throw that into the mix, but it does
Thank
help.
you so much.
Right, well, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, we want to like tackle these things just a little. I'm not saying you can't draw, but I mean, I'm just saying that reduces that problem of having the,
Therefore, how do you correct your mistakes when you're using a brush?
what?
You
How do you
paint
correct
over
your
it.
mistake?
Well, you're
What?
just like using, I mean, it's the same, you can totally erase them. You just don't have pencil lines underneath that will mix with your paint and make your paint dull.
Right, yeah, okay.
I mean, you erase them like you erase anything else, water, in our case, Gamsol.
You've seen me paint. I paint over and over and over.
Yeah, it really is. It's just that honestly, we're working on some kind of, as you saw, we were all struggling a little bit with the
I know,
this
baby
is a
girl. We
detailed
can't
enough
move.
painting that I didn't want to throw in painting in with a brush, but maybe the next painting I pick, I'll try to make it a little simpler. So we can do this in paint and not in a pencil. That will resolve a lot of these issues.
I much prefer doing it in pencil first. I like to sketch
I
the
know.
whole thing out.
I second
I
that.
know. But it looks but you know, even when it looks kind of crappy, because like the pencil, I get it. But it's a good but you'll see, but you know, as we see by your first layers, the pencil affects the paint in a way that's not as fun. But I understand why you'd want to. And you can do whatever you want. I'm not saying it. You get, and I'm not saying you can't, but I'm also saying one of the ways to resolve this issue is to work with just paint, is to draw with paint, a paintbrush, so that you don't have the mixing. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I know you probably prefer it. Most people do. They prefer the thing that they know to the thing that they're not, you know, the technique that they're not so familiar with. My job as a teacher is to figure out when to push you guys harder, to expand your skill base.
Well, let me ask you something, because when I've seen when you paint, it's with one of those big brushes. Can you just use a smaller head to paint with?
Sure.
Okay, I could probably try it with that. It's just that when I do it with those big heads, all I get is a bunch of paint all over the.
Nice, Francesca. Now get your lights in. Your lights and your mediums in. We got to get paint everywhere.
I know you do, but we can't.
What's that?
Oh, my dog just told me she needs to go out still. Told her she can't.
You told her she can't. And here I thought you were talking to me.
Is there an easy way to get the eraser to move up on this Derwent electric razor?
You can take it out.
Oh, and then put it back in when you erase it?
Yeah, you take the metal part out, and then you can move the eraser in or out.
Okay.
Yeah. The metal part is removable.
Not easily. Oh, wait, okay. I can see that goes out.
You get it, Pat? It's a little tricky until you know
I'd probably do it later when I can get a pair of pliers.
purchase.
I think I'm through drawing.
Okay.
What you doing? You wanna come say hi? You're gonna run away, aren't you? All right.
Now, I think if we're gonna do, yeah, ochre is the base, the glaze should be a red one, like burnt sienna. Or even cadmium red. Either of those things would work. I don't know if Pat and I will be able to pull that off this time. I think maybe if we take a hair dryer, it'll dry. So I'm actually going to try that. I'm going to turn my sound off. Whoops. Sorry. Here we go. I'm going to turn my sound off while I try that.
I think I will do the same.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see if we can get these dry so we can catch up with our acrylic people.
I'm gonna send you where I'm at. And I'm getting tired. I think I'm gonna take a break soon. Oh,
Really nice.
it's weird.
No, it's really nice. Really. The ones that are so blue and very dark blue, and the ones that are pink.
They really all are purplish blue, but it
Yeah,
gets so boring when all of them have the same color.
No, but in this way, you can see that they are not flat, but they are three-dimensional.
Thank you.
And the color helps a lot. Yeah, very nice.
I'm looking now. Didn't you have a kind of light green on that one on the right, Diana, on the left side?
What did you say? Yes, one more time.
Didn't you have a light green on that one on the right with the pink, the green, the blue, and then you've got kind of purple?
Yeah, the one that's
I think
pink,
the
you
green
mean?
looks better than the purple.
The pink looks better than the purple?
The green looks better than that light purple you have on the left.
Which one do you mean? The very left?
Okay, it's the most elaborate flower, purple flower. It's like 1, 2 from the right. It's
Oh,
got,
the one with pink in it.
yeah. The one with the pink, the most pink in it. I think the left, I liked it better with kind of this light green than you
Okay.
did with the purple.
Okay, I can go
But
back.
you also could be totally sick of it right now.
I am totally sick of it.
It's coming though. Don't worry, it's coming. I
I
like
think
what's
I'm about dry.
down in the bottom left.
Yeah.
I like what's happening down in the bottom left, that the purple flower in the bottom left that's kind of partly going to seed. I think that turned out really well. I like the grasses. The oranges are looking great with the orange flowers and the
I haven't decided whether I'm gonna have more leaves on it, because obviously it has a lot more leaves on it, but I think I'm gonna keep it bare and maybe just put in a few more leaves.
I think that's good. You just need to sort of resolve the purple flower problem.
Yeah, I know. They all have, I mean, in reality, they all have the same color, so I'm trying to.
Yeah.
And you know, when I had that flower you're talking about,
Uh-huh.
I thought it looked like a corn on the cob when it was light green.
I get it.
That's why I changed the color.
I get it.
But I probably change the color again.
Yeah. But maybe take a break from it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and plant some trees instead.
Great. What kind?
Well, not trees. I bought some lavender, and I also bought tomatoes and zucchini.
Nice.
So I have to prepare my raised beds that are overgrown with weeds.
That sounds like a wonderful way to spend a Sunday afternoon,
Yeah,
besides painting.
besides painting, but I think I've had my hours of painting today. I think I'm gonna let this rest. I might get back to it later today.
Okay,
We'll see if I'm. Otherwise, I'll get back to it Tuesday.
yeah,
But it's been nice to have some painting instead of just working.
good. I'm glad.
But I probably need to work a little bit. Ah, thank
get-
you.
We'll have a fabulous day. Rest
Thank
of
you. I think I'm gonna just turn off my sound
Or
and
just hang out.
go out so I can just go in.
Okay, then hang out with us soundless. Yeah.
That's a great video, Diana.
Did you see mine too?
Diana? Yeah,
Yeah.
yours, I love it. Especially the end when they were kind of kissing.
Yeah. You have Diana's puppy and kitten playing and
Now I'm
My-
watching yours. Yeah,
my two kittens play fighting.
all right, I'll leave. Nope, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna get you from the back.
All right, send it over when you think you've got it ready. I'm still. Actually, I think we might be ready to glaze. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I
have
think
still-
do I need to get out some white paint and put in those marks before I
What's
do
that?
anything else?
What's
Do
that?
I- Do I need to get some white paint and put in those lines on the head before I?
No, no,
is
no,
it?
no. Those
Okay.
are just lighter. Remember, that's just the lighter color, but don't even worry about it. That could go on top. Should be
Okay.
dark. I have just realized I still don't have glazing medium. So I may not glaze, but I'm gonna have the rest of you guys glaze once your painting is dry. So let me know when the first layer is dry. And Pat, maybe you even want to give Bridget a little run while we let your painting dry. Is it dry?
It's pretty close to dry, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, then.
But
Well,
I can take her for a walk around the block. She'd sure love it.
Why don't you take it for a quick walk around the block while we wait for the acrylic people to finish?
Okay,
And
Be
then we'll
back.
go back to it.
So when you glaze, is it over the whole thing?
Are you really asking me that question?
Yeah,
Remember?
no, I forgot.
Your gods. All right.
I don't remember anything.
I'm teasing you. I'm totally teasing you. Yes. Glazes go over the whole thing.
So I
And-
picked CAD red. Since it was,
Yeah, that's a great idea. Do a CAD red, you're gonna glaze over the whole thing. I can't really demo it because I don't have anything to glaze with. It's driving me crazy because I'm sure I've picked up glazing materials since then. Where are my glazing? Hang on. Well, this. Flower. No, not put down the pen. So frustrating. Frustrating because I know somewhere I bought glazing medium for oil, and because I don't use it very often, I put it somewhere and now I don't know where I put it. So go ahead and you do that, Rebecca, and Francesca,
Okay.
you do the same. You're gonna glaze over with a red or an orange using water. I cannot demonstrate it because I don't have it. Why? Where are you? Gosh, so frustrating. Where? Where? Nope, not in here. Yeah. Yep, I just don't have it. As soon as we get done, I'm going to the art store because I do need these. But for the meantime, you guys can do it. And then I am gonna look at, oh, right, and where is that? And then in terms of other colors we need, I think we'll need Viridian green. I think we'll need the blues.
Dean Green.
I've got ultramarine blue here. I'm gonna put on some regular cadmium yellow here. Definitely cadmium red. So our primaries.
So shall I glaze it now?
I would like you to glaze yours red.
Okay. With
I can't
cadmium
really do that
red,
'cause I don't, you're what?
cadmium red.
Yeah, if you want to, or burnt sienna, either one,
Ah, okay.
you pick. Here's my Viridian green. I'm also gonna put burnt umber. I'm putting burnt umber and burnt sienna. Sienna, what other colors? Definitely white. And maybe callow blue. Right. That'll be a good starting point. Put some phthalo blue too.
So what were the colors again? I got Viridian green and phthalo blue. And cad red.
Yeah.
Do it. What else did you say?
I'm looking. Hold on. I'm looking for a color. Give me a second. There we go. The burnt and umber and burnt sienna. So I'm suggesting two blues, ultramarine and phthalo. I'm suggesting Viridian green. I'm sure suggesting burnt umber and burnt sienna, and also cadmium yellow, cadmium red, and white.
All right, cut 'em all.
Then maybe a slightly brush. I'm looking for a good brush. I think a small flat is gonna go a long way. How do they look, by the way, ladies? Your glazes? Kind of nice?
I sent you
Mm.
mine, I think.
Let's see. You may well have. I was just looking for things. Let me see. Oh, yes, you did. Ooh, look at how cool that, look at how much that warms up. Thanks. That's beautiful.
That's cad red.
I like it. Look
Yeah,
what
that
it
worked out
does.
good.
It sure did. I mean, cad red is about the warmest thing you can use, right?
Yeah.
Well, by the way, great corrections on the head shape, Rebecca. I like that.
On the what?
On the head shape.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. How's it look, Francesca?
Maybe I put too much color on the bottom, and maybe I should have added more water.
Let's see. Oh, no, it's good.
Okay.
Good. You're gonna cover all this up, right? So.
That's
All
true.
right. So I don't want to go too far ahead without Pat here, but I do think we can start by laying out. So I've got a kind of smallish flat brush. You could also use a pointy brush if you wanted. And I think the biggest section here is this burnt sienna part here, right? This part of the neck. So you can see I'm laying, and I'm just using straight paint.
Okay.
You guys can use a little bit of water, but you also want to get a little bit thicker. So before we think about adding, in just a second, because I'm like painting and then I'm gonna see, yes. So I'm gonna paint burnt sienna for this kind of neck area. But up here and down here where it's darker, I'm gonna mix a little burnt sienna with a little bit of viridian green
Mm-hmm.
to get a little bit darker here and here.
Mm-hmm.
See how I'm, right, can you see how it's a little darker here?
Yeah.
And then once I get that up by the neck and here, I'm gonna drag it down as well
Mm-hmm.
into the reflection. I'm kind of bringing my brush back and forth. So yeah, you can see it. It's a little bit darker here and here.
Yeah, because it's closer to us.
Yeah, right. The neck is kind of sticking out. Well, and also the neck is kind of sticking out here in a way we can't see. Right? Because it's coming towards us, so it looks like it's just flat, but it is not flat. And even more, a little bit more kind of up of dark, a little bit more green, kind of up here. Funny little face. And there's a couple more places we see. As you get further down the reflection, you're going to see this burnt sienna kind of lining up all the way down here. So can you see how I laid the paint down? Almost like you can see these separate little pieces. Actually, what this is not just the reflection, but also the water kind of moving, so it moves the reflection. Oh, I hope Pat got, probably should have sent her out to walk the dog. Well, I don't want to go too far ahead until she comes back. So with oil, I can just kind of, because this isn't drying right away, I can just kind of keep adding color if I want to get this, see how I'm getting this a little darker here. And the duck up here, in the part where the duck, the actual duck is, I'm doing more of a stroke that's vertical and kind of curving up. But in the stroke down here, I'm doing more of a horizontal stroke because that's the direction that the reflection is going. I'm feeling bad. I want Pat to catch up now. So I'm not going to go any farther. If you guys, until she gets back, if you guys feel like you want to go farther, you can, if you can see the colors and you can get them in. But not this, let's give ourselves a break until once you get these down, let's give ourselves a break until she gets back.
I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Sorry, we ended up going a little farther ahead, so I was about to have them stop.
That's okay.
So Pat, the palette for this painting: burnt sienna, burnt umber, ultramarine blue, and phthalo blue.
Wait. Burnt sienna, burnt umber, ultramarine blue.
Phthalo blue.
Green shade.
yellow,
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What was after phthalo blue?
cad yellow, cadmium red, and viridian green.
Jesus. Okay.
It's actually not that bad. It's 2 blue primaries, the coal and the warm, a yellow, a red, the browns, and the green. Also
Okay.
whites, of course.
Do I need to glaze this first?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Why are you looking at me? We just went for a walk.
I didn't glaze, so I don't think you need to.
Okay.
However, as soon as this class is over, I am going out to buy glazing medium, so I have some for next week.
Ah.
For those of you who have laid this down, we can start laying in some of our other darks. It's interesting. It kind of looks greener, like up here. Green with even a touch of yellow, slate yellow. Not too much. You don't want it to be too light. You've got this kind of green, viridian green thing happening. And then a little bit right here as well. You'll see it's kind of like shades of green and then kind of more of a dark blue. I think it's viridian. I think it's phthalo blue, viridian blue. Yep. And then maybe a touch of brown, a burnt umber. Kind of gray it up a little bit. Pat, when you get all the colors, I'll get you through the first stage.
I have phthalo green, but not phthalo blue.
Then don't worry about it. Just get phthalo green.
Okay. So use the phthalo green? Okay.
Yes. What do you have, viridian?
Viridian green. Yes, I have viridian.
I get both of those greens out.
Okay. All right.
So there are parts of this duck head that are kind of darker bluish green. And there are parts of the duck head that are lighter green. So I recommend for the lighter green, either a little bit of yellow and green, just a touch. And for the blue, mix blue, green, and burnt umber, the darker. And if you're kind of struggling to see them, I'm going to send you an up close picture of this so you can really see it. And Pat, you're going to start. Are you ready? You tell me,
I'm still getting the paint out.
tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Wait a minute.
This is kind of a fun one.
Phthalo blue. Okay, use phthalo green instead.
Funny little spindly neck on these things. All right, I'm going to send this over so you all can see the shifts between a kind of lighter, more emerald green and a darker kind of blackish green blue.
All right, I have all my colors out.
All right, so now you're gonna take burnt sienna and use it for this neck area. Hold on. You'll take burnt sienna and you're gonna use it for the neck area. And all the way down here, and then all the way down into the reflection. And just ignore the dots right now, they'll be added later. And
Okay.
up here and down here, where it's darker, you're gonna add a little bit of green to your burnt sienna so that it gets a little darker here and here.
Okay.
The other thing is that with your brushwork, for the duck itself, the real duck, not the reflection, most of your strokes are gonna be kind of vertical and up.
Okay.
But the reflection part, so when you bring your burnt sienna down here into the
Uh-huh.
reflection, you start making the strokes to go vertical.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and you'll see there's a couple places where there's like little bits of vertical brown that are kind of separated from the duck down here.
Okay. What was my question? The burnt sienna, the entire reflection is with the burnt umber in it, or with the green in it?
No, you can see that this part is darker. And this is kind of a gray, and this part is darker. These areas here in between, they're just burnt sienna. So you look, you can see, right? Here's lighter. And here's lighter.
Underneath. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Yep. I'm trying to sort of exaggerate, and I'm not dealing with the white edges right now. I'm gonna put those in later, although you can see I'm kind of leaving them, the spaces for them. Anybody kind of having fun with that reflection a little bit? It's sort of fun, isn't it? It's like this weird distorted version of what you're working on. So you can take your colors from up here and bring them in here, but your brushwork's going to be a little different. Ugh. Often the reflection is a little bit darker than what it is reflecting. You can see kind of here, the neck here and here, for example. Here, that's true. You can see the whites are definitely grayer than the whites up here, so they're slightly darker. Here it's a little bit closer to what's happening, but as you get further down the reflection, definitely these are darker. You guys like my softer indoor voice? Is it
Yeah.
more soothing?
Yeah, yeah,
It's not bad, is it?
it's good.
Better for me too.
Your softer, more indoor voice?
Yep, I was, before, I was shouting into the computer screen.
Oh, okay.
You probably didn't notice it because it's just how I've been treating the computer screen. And not because I'm shouting at you, because I'm like being one of those old people that's like yelling into the telephone because you don't know, right? So you can hear that I have a bit of vocal exhaustion going on. And my voice, I got a voice coach, and one of the things she told me was modulate the voice down. I don't have to. And I tell you, I kind of like it.
Well, you have to talk a lot, so
Yeah, no,
probably
it's
hard on the throat.
it's not my, it's funny, Rebecca, I don't know how teachers do it, because teachers have to
Yeah.
talk like 8 hours a day. But
Lots of yelling.
it's yelling, like, although the good teachers say, you see, you can't yell though, right?
Yeah,
Because you can't, because your voice just can't take it.
yeah.
And I understood when I was working at Starbucks, I was kind of projecting out when I'm talking out the window to somebody. So I'm practicing bringing the voice down. So far, everybody's liked it. They say it's more calming, and you seem to have no problems hearing me.
No, no problems at all.
Problem at all.
Yeah, it's just funny, right? It's just kind of funny. I'm like, oh my God, I've been yelling into Rob was the one who observed it. He said, well, you are yelling into the computer screen. Every time he'd walk by the class, he'd hear me yelling. He's like, yell. Yeah, it's a good 4 to 6 hours a day of talking, but it's no more than any teacher does. So then when I started talking to teachers, all of them deal with this. They all talk about it. It's one of the things they talk about. how to manage your classroom without yelling. We had a board member for Portland Open Studios named Jolinda Miller who taught third graders, and she said, "Oh my God, I like do the quiet thing, shh, and then I speak quietly, and they all lean in because they want to hear what you have to say." So
I've heard that before. Yeah.
and they all lean in. She said, once they love you, they lean in.
They say that's true in all situations. If you really want people to hear you, talk
You
really
speak
low,
quiet.
and then they'll feel obligated to come in close and hear you.
Well-
And then they hear what you're actually saying.
Right. And then what happens?
They listen.
Wow, that's profound.
It kind of is. I mean,
It is.
even in groups like where you're the leader or you want to have something said, people listen to you if they can't hear you.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
So acrylic people might be a little ahead of the oil. Once you get to this point, send it across. And if you want me to, once again, I'm gonna turn off the thing for a second and I'll send this over so you can kind of see where it's at. I already think it's brighter. And I'm probably gonna keep these colors a little brighter than what's on the source.
What did you mix with Viridian Green to make the head?
So the light green parts. The light green parts, I mixed a little, you'll use phthalo green.
Don't have phthalo green.
You have,
Oh, yes,
phthalo
I do.
green, you told
That's
me.
right.
you did.
Okay, phthalo
Um,
green
You'll
with,
use phthalo green and a touch of brown, burnt umber for the dark parts. And then you'll use phthalo green and a teeny touch of white for the light parts. And if you want to know where the dark and light parts are, I sent a close-up of this so you can really see them.
okay. Okay.
He's kind of cute, this little ducky duck. Do you have ducks, Rebecca, on the farm?
No, don't have any water. They're pretty cute.
They are pretty cute. I bet you got deer though.
Oh yeah, there's millions of them. Well, there's like 5 actually. It's a little herd that comes around every day,
Oh,
eats the chicken food.
oh.
Eats the chicken food.
They go inside the fenced area where the chickens are and eat it up.
Eat up the chicken food.
Yeah, so they know
You
where it
know
is now.
everything. Are they white-tailed deer? Do you know?
What are they? What's the native ones? Mule deer? They're
Yeah,
black.
the mule deer with the big ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure actually.
You might have whitetail up there. It might be something that's more in Washington. The whitetail kind of bounce when they walk. It's really cute.
Yeah,
Like they kind of skip like up and down like a whippet or something as they sort of bounce.
oh, cute.
Yeah, but the mule deer, they're cute too. Good job. Let's see. That's nice, Francesca. I love it. I love your mark making here. Very nice. I'd go a touch lighter in here. So maybe mix a little bit of cadmium yellow, just a touch, with burnt sienna so that you can extend here like this.
Okay, I think
I I mean, it's not at the end of the world or anything. It's a
No,
total,
but maybe it was not totally dry. So when
wait a minute.
I mean the glaze.
Oh, very nice, Rebecca. I love how you've got the glow of his greens. All right. So maybe just mix a little bit of yellow like I'm doing here with burnt
Okay.
sienna, just for
Okay.
this middle section.
I think I will do it in the next few days because now I'm sorry, but I have to leave.
You're tired. Yes, you probably have to go to
No,
bed.
no, the problem is that tomorrow I have to wake up quite early, so
Okay,
I would
great.
love to stay and finish, but
I
then
think you've done
tomorrow I will not
fabulous work.
wake up.
I think you've done fabulous work. This is a great place.
Okay,
All right,
thank you very
Francesca, we'll
much.
see you
Thank
later.
you. Bye.
Rebecca,
Bye.
Bye.
wonderful,
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
wonderful use of your, can you get a little bit of that lovely glow you've got going under the eye here on the top of the head? The top of the head's looking a little bit pastier. I think you used more white. But this little glow is just magical. I love it. And then also notice that here, this white is kind of gray. Here. I'm going to sketch it so you can really see it. Let's see. Here and here, this is white, but it's definitely light. It's grayer and darker. Here, can you see that these are different values of white? It's not just one. So you have it all as one. So what I do here, I'm gonna show you, is mix a little bit of ultramarine blue and burnt umber together and add a lot of white. That's too much like burnt umber, so I'm just pulling a little bit that's on my brush here and creating a kind of grayish white. So in this case, I'm adding a lot of white so that when I come in here, this section is darker, maybe even a little bit darker. Here. And it comes up like this. And then a little bit more white gets added here. And then the rest is purely white. I think I might even use a different brush. So I can really get that white. So you see the difference between the three? And if you need to, like I did, I actually switched my brushes out. And I'm making a kind of soft edge between my gray and my whites, my lighter white. There we go. I may wait on my whites here. We'll see. They're going to get green in them, and I want them to be very bright because my paint isn't going to dry. Having said that, I'm totally doing this anyway. But see, I'm getting green in there. So because I'm working with oil, I may wait on this. And it's definitely white kind of up here. And then I'm gonna mix burnt sienna and cadmium red together. So I have a kind of pretty orangey red. For this section. Pat, feel free, do this. I'm going a little fast. So I will walk you through.
Okay, I may have a more basic problem. Let me send this to you.
A more basic problem. Uh-oh. That sounds ominous.
Well, I don't think my neck is long enough.
Well, you had to do that, but the drawing is like, yeah, it might have happened.
Ah,
Well, you didn't, yeah, because the drawing. All right. Yeah. You know what? That's easily fixed. Because you have the body coming up to here. And can you see it's not?
I'll bring it down at the bottom. Okay, I don't know why I didn't think of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
So
That
that's
makes
an
more
easy
sense than trying to.
fix.
fix
Thank
it at the
God.
top.
That's an easy fix.
Okay.
Woo, if only they were that easy, all of them.
So what should I be doing after the green head? The white?
I want to see you fix the body first.
Oh, okay.
But yes, the white. This gray here. And then white here. Yeah, it's a cutie little drawing. And everybody is pleased with this little ducky. I know you're struggling a little bit with it, Pat, but he is pretty cute. You got to admit.
I don't have to
A
admit
lot
that.
easier than the lion.
Yeah, easier
But the
than
lion was really hard.
the lion
I
was
found the
strangely
lion
hard.
easier.
The lion was strangely hard. I agree with you.
I have to go back and we'll do it again because I wasn't satisfied with my outcome.
Wow,
Good girl.
good for
Good
you.
Good little students. Good students. That's how you do it. That is exactly what you do. And there's a video too, I think.
Ah. I'm not real sure. Okay.
Oops.
And then we move to. Love it when you say that's an easy fix.
Right? Me too, man. Me too. So guess where Rebecca's gonna be next week, Pat?
Paris.
Oh, good guess. The Paris of the Pacific.
Hawaii?
Yeah,
Hawaii. Wow.
Nice. I've never been there.
Are you kidding? I love it. It's the only vacation where I actually relax. This is, I don't go sightseeing or anything. Float around in the ocean.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Go to
you
the
and your husband
spa.
can actually go together.
What's that?
You and your husband can actually go together.
Well, not yet. Can't leave the dog alone, so I'm going with a friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He has separation anxiety, my dogs.
No,
One of us is always with him.
buddy.
Still not enough.
Even if we don't get any farther than this, that's okay. And maybe also, Pat, this might be helpful. If you want to like kind of, I don't know, make a decision about what the background will be, but if you wanted to do kind of like a light green or something like that, you could go in this way to sketch out the background, right? Put a background color in to help make, and Rebecca, you can totally do this, to help sort of show where your neck and the bottom of your duck are. So you see how I'm
Yeah. You're kind of doing it
sketching that
opposite
into
the way
the
I'm trying to do.
background color. Yeah.
So you mean just make it a little lighter? Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
Around the
I'm
duck?
saying you can pick whatever color you wanted for your
Yeah.
back. You can make it purple, but pick a background color. I'm sort of
Yeah.
picking lighter green. And I'm not mixing any red in it. And I'm using that to kind of help shape things.
Okay, that was
That, because Pat, that'll probably be the easiest way to see, right? Getting that background. It could be yellow, could be orange. And you can just go around the head. It should be lighter than the colors of the dark colors of the duck.
Should be lighter than the dark yellow.
Right, which are where
Yeah.
you makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that can be a good last action. And like, I really don't like this pukey green color that is the background, this murky.
Yeah, it's not very interesting.
So I'm like kind of, but you could put any color back here. You could put a bright orange if you wanted to. If I was working in acrylic, I probably would do it. Just because I could cover it up. Because I'm looking like a serious oil painter. I will simply, but see how that helps?
Yeah.
So Pat, you might also as well benefit from kind of
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
right, because
Nice.
it'll help you just kind of track where everything is. And then remind me, as soon as I get off the phone with you two, oh, right, and then now I can like kind of shape the duck's beak is looking a little bit wide. So see, I'm bringing it in a little bit. I can do some kind of shaping that I think will be helpful when we come into this next week. Boy, I'm really liking how these lessons are coming out with these guided instructions. I feel like we're really able to, there we go, to deal with some interesting problems that kind of plague us as painters. Right? Like and drawers. Like yesterday, we were really working on owls. We did this owl in pastels, and we also didn't finish it. Let me show it to you so you can see. I feel like we've been right. It's really helping, as you know, Pat, from the owl you just did.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is nice.
where
Yeah.
we're dealing with, but you know, it kind of threw everybody. Because, you know, they did, you know, I was closer to finishing than everybody else, but it kind of threw everybody because it was like, how do you deal with all those little feathers and textures and you know what I mean? It was like
Yeah. It's like the lion.
it's like the
How do you
line.
do the hair.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Am I wrong? Did I find it that easier than other people? That
No,
part?
it just means that it's I think you've worked really hard on your soft edges, Pat.
Okay, that's okay.
So I
'Cause
think that's why
that
it's
was the easiest part for me, was getting in
the
the
hair.
feathers like that. All right, let's see if this is it. Somewhere close to the right place.
And we're almost done, guys. So yeah. Just do a little bit of something. We'll get back. Oh, shoot, Rebecca, you won't be here, but we'll record this so you have it
Okay.
to finish.
Yeah, I'll be
And,
sitting
if
on
you
the
want to
beach in the
really
sunshine.
quickly, I'm gonna show you, I can show you a little bit about mains, and I mean, really what we're dealing with is soft edges. Right?
Oh, I like that red, Rebecca. I love that background.
It's coming out nice, didn't it? She put
Mhm.
cadmium red over that kind of dingy,
Yeah, that
and
made
all
a
of a
big
sudden
difference.
everything really danced.
And the way you made it pinker at the reflection really works too.
Nice.
Okay, take a look at mine.
Yeah, that's not bad. The neck comes down even further. I'm gonna show you where the neck comes. The neck goes to here. Can you see those two lines?
Yeah,
Bring it down even further.
okay. But the outside circle is in the right place?
The outside circle is in the right place, but the shape of the neck, you need to bring, you have yours up here. It needs to come down here.
Can you remind me? I feel like I'm not getting the color of the brown part on the breast.
This part,
Mine looks too, I know it's looks too brown and not red enough. I
are
don't
you
know.
using burnt sienna?
I did, yeah.
Mix a
But it's
little,
like, then it looks too red.
mix.
How do you
burnt-
get it like
so-
that in between?
Well, mix, I'm wondering if you're having a problem with your colors. I wonder if we have to switch you over to golden. Because this is the second color issue that it sounds like you're having, but I
Yeah.
would also say, also, I'm working with oil. So mine is gonna look a little different than yours,
Mm,
but really the reality is, this is burnt sienna plus a little green up in the darks.
okay, I did that in the beginning and then it seemed too orangey.
Okay,
Huh.
it shouldn't be
I'll have to
looking,
mess with
orangey. It should look darker.
Yeah,
So that means your mixing up here wasn't really effective.
right. Yeah,
Right?
I think you're
So you
right.
need a little bit more green
Yeah, okay.
to make things darker.
I will
Once you
try
get
that.
used- Try the darks, try darkening the darks here with more green, and then
All right.
And Pat, you got this, right? Down here, not up here.
I think so, yeah.
And so you'll see that's where you get that natural, you've already got that angle going on the neck, so you'll really see the angle. Oh, heavens. Yeah, Rebecca, if you can just fix that, if you can just fix this part to your satisfaction, this is a great place to stop.
Okey-doke.
Keep going, of course, you're welcome to keep going.
Yeah, I'm trying to use up all my old Windsor Newton stuff I have. I bought a long time ago.
Are
I
you
think the cut-
replacing
I-
that slowly with golden or something?
Yeah, anything I buy new is golden,
Good.
but some of these, when we first started the art class, I bought Windsor
Wow.
Newton, so it's
That
a
was
little bit,
long time ago.
yeah.
We were in person then. Ah,
Oops.
I'm really appreciating the sort of beautiful, elegant head of this duck. I think he's darling. All right, you guys, and we've got just a couple more minutes, so I'm going to pull the spotlight off. And when you're done with your latest fix, just hold it up where it is. Oh, yeah, nice, Pat. There you go. There you go. Nice, Rebecca. There you go. You guys, good
Thank
fixes.
you.
Good fixes.
all right.
I think that helps a lot. Excellent work, everybody. I really appreciate how you two pushed yourselves through difficult points. That was like a really good, that was really, really good. Excellent work, you guys. Rebecca, have a fabulous time in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Without us,
Planning on it.
waving away here in the Northwest, in the rain.
Yeah, in the
Just like us.
rain.
Banishing the duck. And then if you want to, I'll give you a little bit of a reminder on how to handle the soft edges of fur. We'll do another lionish type subject where there are fur transitions where you need to like, because that's a practice. Basically,
Yeah.
almost everything on that lion was soft edged, the
Yeah.
transitions. And that's hard to do, you know, get them right.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just doesn't come natural to me.
It's, you know, it's like, you know, it's a natural brush stroke. It's kind of a very specific brush stroke. And it's something that needs to be practiced. So don't worry about it. You're on the way. Great work today, Pat.
Thank you.
It's on it. She's like,
I
I'm
think I
good.
got a lot of stuff to do before next week's class, but I think I can bring it to where you're at.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, you guys, great work today. Good to see you.
Thanks.
All
Take
right,
care.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Rebecca,
Bye.
let me know if the registration doesn't work, and if it's still not working, yeah, take a screenshot and send it over to me.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.